Halloween night 2001, a night meant for fun, costumes, and candy. But for 21-year-old Cindy Song, it became something else. Dressed in a cute pink bunny costume, she vanished into the darkness of Pennsylvania, and nobody has seen her since. Cindy Song, a 21-year-old Korean-American college student, had spent the past 6 years building a new life in America. Born on February 25, 1980, she moved from South Korea in 1995 to live with her aunt and uncle in Virginia. Independent, studious, and charming, Cindy was an art major at Penn State University. She worked 2 jobs to support herself and had good grades, yet she also loved to enjoy the freedom college life provides. She was very cute, very sweet, said her friend Lisa Kim. She liked to look cute, not sexy. That was her thing. On Halloween 2001, Cindy's friends say she wore a pink bunny outfit, complete with ears and a fluffy tail. She was ready to party, laugh, and celebrate the night like any other college student. Cindy and 2 friends, Stacy Paik and Lisa Kim, headed to Players Nightclub in State College, Pennsylvania. It was a Wednesday night, the perfect excuse for students to party. Drinks were had, music played, and the 3 friends danced late into the night. Reports indicate the girls stayed until roughly 2 a.m., the streets of State College quiet except for late-night partygoers. After leaving the club, they stopped at a friend's apartment to play video games for a few hours. Later, Stacy drove Cindy back to her off-campus apartment around 4 a.m. Stacy waved goodbye to her friend. This was the last time anyone would see Cindy alive. Detectives were baffled. Detective Brian Sprinkle, then with Ferguson Township Police, said, "We have no body, we have no crime scene, and we have no actual crime. So it's been very frustrating without any of those pieces of the puzzle. It's as if she vanished into thin air." Cindy's apartment showed no signs of struggle, yet investigators noted some small but strange clues. Her fake eyelashes were found on a countertop, suggesting she had at least entered her apartment that night. Her backpack was in the apartment, and her cell phone remained in her purse. A suspicious detail because Cindy never went anywhere without her phone. Strangely, her bunny costume, driver's license, and purse were missing. Police ruled out foul play from friends or family. Cindy was known for being responsible, not reckless. The thought that she ran off voluntarily seemed unlikely. Detective Sprinkle commented, "She was independent, yes, but she wasn't the type to disappear for no reason. We had to assume something bad happened that night." Phone records and credit card activity were checked. No calls, texts, or charges were made after she left the bar and her friend's apartment. Emails showed no activity. It was as if she had simply vanished into thin air. Volunteers and police searched nearby wooded areas, alleyways, and streets, but found nothing. Cindy's disappearance quickly became a cold case. Reports suggested a possible sighting nearly 200 miles away in Philadelphia's Chinatown, where a woman matching Cindy's description was seen crying and asking for help. She was then seen being forced into a car by a man. Eyewitnesses helped the police to make a sketch of the man, but they failed to find him. "Every lead we get is a dead end," Sprinkle added. Friends and family held on to hope. Cindy's friends recall, "We were certain she would come back. She had to. She was smart, careful. She didn't just vanish." But as the days turned into weeks, the trail grew colder. Evidence was minimal, and the night of Halloween 2001 remained shrouded in mystery. The perfect beginning to a story that would later intertwine with one of Pennsylvania's most notorious criminals, Hugo Selensky. About 2 years after Cindy's disappearance, investigators began exploring a possible connection to a notorious criminal, Hugo Marcus Selensky. Selensky was a man from Pennsylvania with a long history of crimes, including bank robbery and home invasions. He had also been apprehended for multiple murders discovered on his property in the Scranton area. Paul Weekly, a co-defendant and informant in Selensky's cases, told the police that Selensky and his associate, Michael Kurkowski, had picked up a young woman in State College on Halloween night 2001. This girl matched Cindy's description. Weekly claimed the woman was held at Kurkowski's house and allegedly assaulted, although he claimed he was not there and only knew what Selensky told him. Detective Brian Sprinkle, who had been working the Cindy Song case for years, acknowledged the significance of the lead, but also the limitations. Weekly has provided accurate information in other cases we investigated, but this is the only active lead that we have on Cindy. We cannot confirm her death, and we've never found her body. But the Selensky lead may provide some answers for her family. Despite the lead, physical evidence connecting Cindy to Selensky's property was not found. Searches of the Scranton property where Selensky and his accomplices had buried victims did not uncover any remains of Cindy Song. Hugo Marcus Selensky grew up in Dallas, Pennsylvania. Despite a troubled childhood, he was considered charismatic and had fathered 3 children before turning 20. His criminal history escalated quickly, including a bank robbery that landed him in prison for 7 years. After release, he formed a partnership with Paul Weekly and childhood friend Patrick Russin. Together, the trio carried out armed robberies targeting drug dealers and other illicit enterprises. In 2003, investigators discovered the remains of multiple victims buried on the property belonging to Selensky's girlfriend. Among these were the bodies of a missing couple, Michael Kurkowski and Tammy Lynn Fassett. However, the police did not find evidence which would suggest that Selensky killed Kurkowski. The police also discovered unidentified remains and bone fragments from a burn pit potentially containing up to 12 victims. Weekly has proven reliable in other cases, but he was not an eyewitness here. We have to treat this as a lead, not as conclusive evidence. Paul Weekly told investigators that Selensky and Kurkowski had taken Cindy Song from State College. He claimed Selensky allegedly spoke about the abduction and that Cindy was killed and her remains disposed of at Kurkowski's property. Police discovered internet searches on Weekly's computer related to Cindy's disappearance, suggesting he may have been verifying details of the story. Sprinkle commented, "Weekly's statements provided direction, but investigators remained cautious. Without Cindy's body or forensic evidence, her disappearance could not be definitively linked to Selensky or Kurkowski." Cindy's family and friends were ruled out as suspects early in the investigation. Sprinkle said, "We started with her inner circle, family, friends, acquaintances. All were cleared at the outset. Cindy's disappearance did not involve anyone she knew intimately." The investigation continued with painstaking attention to leads, tips, and sightings. Cindy was known to be responsible and cautious. Friends insisted she would never leave without her purse, phone, or identification, but all these items were missing from her apartment. Sightings of a woman matching Cindy's description in Philadelphia's Chinatown added to the mystery. Reports indicated she was seen crying and asking for help. Authorities investigated the tip, but verification proved impossible. Sprinkle emphasized the frustration investigators faced. "Every lead is a dead end until you have concrete evidence. Cindy disappeared without a trace. It's as though she simply vanished. That's the most terrifying part for the family. There's no closure." The case captured public attention. True crime shows, local news, and online forums speculated about potential kidnappers, accidental deaths, or voluntary disappearances, but none could provide answers. Halloween 2001 was meant to be a fun night out for Cindy Song. Instead, it became the night she vanished. Her cute pink bunny outfit, her earrings, and her 2 jobs, all signs of a young woman on the brink of her adult life, vanished along with her into the darkness. The intersection with Selensky's crimes added a layer of darkness. A man known for murder, robbery, and deception may have been involved. But the lack of evidence turned a plausible connection into speculation. What really happened to Cindy Song that night? Was she abducted and killed, or is there another explanation? Examining the clues left behind in her apartment, eyewitness reports, and the chilling possibilities make this one of Pennsylvania's most haunting cold cases. Nobody could figure out what exactly happened to her or track her trail. The most they could get was that she did leave her apartment that night. Detective Sprinkle remarked, "We know she left the apartment that night wearing that costume. The fact that it vanished along with her personal items, purse, ID, and credit cards, suggests something more sinister than a casual disappearance." Friends reported Cindy's responsible nature and independence. They insisted she would never leave without essentials, and she certainly wouldn't wander off voluntarily at 4 a.m. It didn't just end there. Eyewitness accounts began surfacing across Pennsylvania. The most notable report came from Philadelphia's Chinatown, nearly 200 miles away from State College. A woman matching Cindy's description was allegedly seen crying and shouting for help late at night. Authorities created a composite sketch of a potential male suspect seen near the location. Detective Sprinkle commented on the difficulty of such sightings. Eyewitness accounts can be unreliable, but this report was compelling. Unfortunately, no one could confirm the woman's identity, and no physical evidence tied it to Cindy. These sightings sparked hope and horror simultaneously. Hope that Cindy was alive, horror at the possibility that she had been abducted and transported far from home. With no body, no crime scene, and limited evidence, investigators had to rely on methodical detective work. Detective Sprinkle explained, "We had 21 binders filled with information, one for each year of her life before she vanished. Every tip, every potential lead, every report was meticulously recorded. We started with family and friends, then worked outward to acquaintances. Everyone close to her was ruled out." The cold case team explored every avenue, from digital evidence to physical searches. Cindy's phone records, email accounts, and credit card activity showed no activity after her disappearance. The potential link to Hugo Selensky and Michael Kurkowski provided the most compelling direction in years. Paul Weekly's testimony suggested Cindy had been abducted and held at Kurkowski's house. While Weekly's accounts were secondhand, authorities acknowledged his credibility in other cases. Detective Sprinkle noted, "Everything Weekly told us in other investigations turned out to be accurate. That gives us reason to consider his statements seriously, though we still need hard evidence to confirm Cindy's fate." Despite the severity of the lead, searches at Kurkowski's property yielded no trace of Cindy. DNA evidence, so crucial in confirming a victim's presence, came back negative. The absence of physical evidence left space for numerous theories: abduction by a serial offender, voluntary disappearance, trafficking, or foul play by an unknown individual. Sprinkle clarified the reasoning behind focusing on Selensky. "We've exhausted leads involving anyone close to her. Selensky and his accomplices are the only plausible external threat we've identified. Until we have evidence, though, it's still a theory, not fact." Online forums and podcasts explored alternative scenarios, some linking Cindy to other crimes in Pennsylvania. Others suggested misdirection by criminals seeking attention. For Cindy's family, the lack of closure became a living nightmare. Friends recall the anxiety of repeated false leads, unverified sightings, and media speculation. Sprinkle explained, "Cases like Cindy's are incredibly hard on families. Every report, every tip has to be verified. They live with uncertainty, and for us as investigators, the pressure is immense, because you know a life is potentially at stake, but you have so few clues to go on." The disappearance of Cindy Song resonated with the Penn State community. Local volunteers conducted searches in wooded areas near the university. Crime shows highlighted the case, but it remained unsolved. The story of a young woman vanishing without trace on Halloween night drew attention nationally, combining elements of fear, mystery, and the vulnerability of college students at night. Cindy's disappearance embodies the terror of the unknown. Every detail, her pink bunny costume, her fake eyelashes, the abandoned phone, and the long, dark streets she may have walked alone, adds to the haunting narrative. Detective Sprinkle emphasized the ongoing challenge. "We have no crime scene, no body, no direct evidence. Cindy just vanished. For us, for the family, for the friends, it's like trying to solve a puzzle with most of the pieces missing, and that's what makes it terrifying." As of recent updates, Cindy's case remains open. The Selensky lead is still considered active, and authorities continue to follow up on tips. Cold case investigators hope advances in forensic technology may one day provide answers. Friends and family maintain hope. Despite the passage of time, they cling to the possibility that Cindy may return, or at least that her fate will one day be revealed. The horror in Cindy's story comes not from supernatural forces, but from the chilling possibility that someone she trusted or a stranger could have caused her disappearance. The lack of closure, the tantalizing leads, and the near misses with evidence all contribute to a lingering sense of dread. We are forced to ask ourselves, what happened to Cindy Song that night? Could she still be alive, or was her disappearance orchestrated by someone with sinister intent? And how many other secrets lie hidden, waiting to be discovered in Pennsylvania's shadows?